one you said confidence,
Yes.
right? Accepting and embracing their environment.
And lastly, looking past that, looking past beyond the environment you are in. Okay, fine. Today you're sleeping hungry. What would you want in the next near future?
So what kind of empowerment do you give to them as women without, or young girls, without, because, you know, one of the challenges I have is we've been so empowered to work and to be career driven and to pursue our dreams that we don't necessarily still value the home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what do you tell them? What would you tell them to balance the two?
Number one, they need to know they have a big role that they have to play in terms of family as a woman. Their value as a woman in a home is important. And also as girls.
Yeah.
We start empowering first them as girls. We ask questions like, do you wash dishes at home? They say yes. Does your brother wash? Yes. If I was to take you to a mixed school, who would wash the classrooms? They'll tell you, both of us.
Yeah.
And you will give them the option, why can't you wash the classrooms, then boys to fetch the water? They'll say, one day let the boys fetch water, the next day let's the girls.
Okay.
So in their minds, you can actually see...
It's balanced.
It's balanced.
Okay.
Because again, they're growing up in a family where they have both boys and girls.
You have to, yeah.
And then again, we applaud the parents or the guardians for that. Because they don't just say, you're a girl, so you have to do this. You're a boy, you have to do this. So we've kind of created the empowerment from the parents coming down to the girls.
Yeah.
Because we have meetings like once a month with the parents and we tell them these things. You have to empower both. And when Kibera School for Girls started, it started because girls were not being given the same opportunities as boys to go to school.
Yeah.
So now they can go to school. We are empowering them, yes. But are they able to fit into the society that they afterwards?
Yeah.
We are building leaders, yes. But are they going to be all-round leaders? Are they going to be feminists who still embrace the men?
Yes.
And who still have respect?
Yeah.
And who still can contribute positively towards the women and the men?
What do you think is the hardest transition for them as young girls?
Number one, we've seen that in our Form 1s. Their first hard transition is they have to go to girls' school again.
Okay.
And they have to be going to funkies and meet boys. And they have to go
to go to what?
Funkies, like...
parties?
They are not exactly parties, they are...
Oh, like the mixed...
Yes, where the school organizes something, then other schools come and they participate. Like contests, for example.
Okay.
You have to go to a maths contest and you meet like with boys who are also contesting. And you have to be in the same level.
Okay.
For our current girls, we are trying to expose them more. Since it's a girls' school, we are also trying to interact with other schools which are mixed, like primary, and also get to know how they relate. Just to not seclude them so much, just to know that it's girls' power, girls' power.
Okay.
There's also boys' power.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that we are really, really working on. We are building a woman who is supposed to be a leader, who is supposed to be career-oriented, who is supposed to create opportunities by creating jobs.
Okay.
Just don't be focused towards a white-collar job. Can you create an opportunity for someone by yourself?
Yeah.
So we're not just focusing towards just a career where you'll get a white-collar job, but an all-round person.
How do you teach them to give back into the community? I know, like you said, a lot of people, once they've been through that and they've improved themselves, they move out. Yeah. And you said like that's a big problem. Number one, why did you choose to stay? And number two, how do you teach them to give back to their community?
Why did I choose to stay is, as I said, I've always, when I was growing up, there were no mentors. That's the truth.
Okay.
Well, my mentors were people I could see on TVs, on a neighbor's TV, the black and white thing. So you have to be friends with the neighbor's kid, you know, go to their home and then you behave, because if you don't behave, you'll be kicked out.
Exactly.
Because you don't have a TV. And there's one lady I loved on TV, Beatrice Marshall.
I remember Beatrice Marshall.
That lady used to put on shirts that looked very expensive.
Yes.
And me, I'm growing in the hood with a carton dress with patches, and I'm like, I want to really talk good English like that lady. And every day I could say, I want to speak good English like Beatrice Marshall. My mentor or my role model was someone in the TV.
Yeah.
I couldn't see, I couldn't touch, I could only think.
It was another world completely.
But now it's different.
Yeah.
These girls have an opportunity to get to have a mentor. You can sit the way we are sitting and have a chat.
Yes.
And that's why I stayed. Who mentors them? If I stay and I tell them, hey, look here, I've grown in this hood. I've survived in this hood. I've not gotten pregnant when I'm a teenager. I've gotten a baby at 28 years. I've gotten married at 27. So no one should rush you into anything. Number one, make decisions that impact your life positively.
Yeah.
Make decisions that speak of your tomorrow.
Yeah.
Make decisions that people will, before even people are proud of you, you're proud of yourself.
Yeah.
Integrity. Have integrity that says, I always use this example. Are you a tomato in the, the way we sell tomatoes in the market? Right now, so tomatoes are very scarce.
Yes.
We have one that is going for 15 bob. We have others that are going for
5 bob.
5 bob.
Yeah.
Bodeka.
Yeah.
They are fumbled up. So which one are you?
Yeah.
Are you this one that is broken? Or are you this one of 15 bob? If you're 15 bob, if someone wants to, at age 14, you want to have a lover, is it the right time?
Yes.
What is he doing in your life? Ask yourself that. So I stayed on and I started mentoring girls from sexual reproductive health first through a department in Shofco known as Youth Peer Providers, where we focus on age 9 all the way to 24. It's also mentorship. So I used to go to these primary schools, informal primary schools in Kibera. We have 328.
Wow.
And I could go to a class just for 45 minutes and have a talk with them. The first girl I mentored is currently going to Form 4.
Nice.
And I met her 2 weekends ago, and I couldn't remember her. She was like, Mesh, hey, and I'm like, who are you? And she's like, you mentored me in another school somewhere when I was in grade 6. And you helped me finish primary school, and right now I'm going to Form 4. And I asked her, what did you get to go to Form 4? She said a B+. And I said,
nice.
I'm proud of you.
Let me ask you something. What is the difference between somebody like you, and especially for you when there were no mentors, right? Who walked yourself through to where you are today, like you said, without getting a teen pregnancy, without dropping off somewhere. You purposed your life. What's the difference between you and the other girl who probably got a child at the age of 15?
For me, what pushed me is my challenges, my problems, by the way.
But they had the same problems.
Yes, they did.
That's what I'm saying. So what's the difference?
Determination. I'm headed there, and that's how we're going.
But how do you instill that? Because again, you are in the same exact environment with pretty much the same problems, but you picked a different route. So when you're talking to your girls, what is it you put inside of them to enable them to pick that different route?
I put them. I mostly talk about how they can get desire to get more. Don't be contented.
Okay.
Don't be too comfortable in a position. Like even in, that's all round.
Yeah.
School, career. Even in career, when you get contented and comfortable in the position you are, you're not growing.
Yeah, you're not growing.
You're going downwards.
Yeah.
The same with the kids. And then also share your stories.
Yeah.
I used to tell them, when I first got my monthly period, I came home. My dress was all messed up, and my teacher told me, go home. So I tied my sweater on my waist. My mom had never had this conversation with me, ever. So I came home and I said, Mom, I've messed my clothes. And she said, oh, this happens. Maybe that's how she said it.
Yeah. Our parents were very embarrassed.
And that's how the conversation ended.
They were very embarrassed.
So she used to have this long always, because they're long, and they don't, and then always was very expensive that time. Yeah. It was like, I think 85. And that was a lot of money in the hood. Like 85 is food for a day. So when she buys that, we'll chip them into half, seal one side and use it. And I'm not embarrassed to tell them that. So if you want to tell me you need a boyfriend, a lover for you to get you always, my friend, you're getting pregnant the next few minutes. Yes. You won't be seeing that menses for a very long time, for 9 months.
Yeah.
So you need to survive through your struggles. You need to find better ways. I go to those schools and I ask them, nani ana sanitary towel? I'll buy. Niambieni hata kama ni watu 10 watainua mkono. We find a way with my friends to get you pads. Kama ndo zinakusumbua. Yeah. Ni jileta una ya kushevu huku chini. Ni hiyo ndio inafanya ukuwe na low self esteem. Tell them about hygiene as a girl. Wake up, shower. Amna maji moto, tuna hot shower hood. Ni maji baridi na bafu na besheni. Teke umemaliza your story. So we need to tell them the reality. We need to tell them, okay, you don't have, you know, when I was growing up, I have a friend, we used to teach with her SRH issues, and she'll tell them.
Teach what?
Sexual reproductive health issues. In short, it's SRH.
Okay.
She said she used to take a koroboi and burn this.
What's a koroboi? We have to translate these things.
It's a chimney. It's a metal lamp.
Okay.
It's made out of iron sheet. Then it's made in such a way it looks like a lamp. Then it has
the wick.
Yes.
Okay,
so
I'm with you now. I'm with you now.
So you light it and then you start burning the hair.
Wow.
So she used to do that. And it will hurt so much because now she doesn't want to smell.
Yeah.
She doesn't have roll-on. They can't afford. It's actually expensive. And then if they don't have now totally the kerosene to light up the korobois, they'll take soap, put a lot of soap and then put it. Now when she's in school and then she sweats, she has bubbles. And actually that's so demoralizing. People start laughing at you. Your self-esteem goes down. And then sometimes even like when you're growing up, sometimes your parents cannot afford to get you enough panties. So you have either 2 or 1. So you have to
wash it at night.
Wash it, clean it. So when you share your stories with these young girls from anywhere, it can be anywhere. It doesn't have to be in the informal settlements. Stories have power.
That's true.
I keep saying that all the time. Tell them, these were my experiences. Even our moms had experiences. The only difference is they're not able or comfortable to share.
No, my mother shared all her bad experiences. She shared with us.
Or when you do this, they tell you, one time I was doing the same thing as you and this is what happened. But if you have a conversation where you can laugh with your parents and make jokes about it, trust me, they build these people. Either it's a boy or a girl. And most of these mentoring sessions need to go both ways. Tell me about your mentoring, because the mentorship, it's not just the people who are hired, isn't it? You get mentors from outside. They're not hired. They're not hired. Tell me about that. Our mentorship program is structured. It was started in 2015 by a lady known as Amy. Amy who? Amy Hutchinson. Okay. She started in 2015, then went back to the US in 2016, then came back last year, part 1, to be future education director. Okay. So she's my boss. Okay. So the reason why she started this is she looked around and she discovered these girls are not having, exposure. Exterior exposure. They don't have exposure. You've been born in Kibera. You've been raised in Kibera. If you take someone to the stage and ask them which is the route going to town, even the moms and the dads, they will ask you over Christmas, njia gani nienda Uhuru Park? Are you serious? I am so serious about that. Yeah, so they don't get to go beyond that. They don't have that. Okay. Their networks are between Kibera. I see. Everything is between Kibera. So she looked around and says, this is not going to help these girls. Because they will be secluded to this place. They just know this place. Yeah. In life, like if I want to go to an high school and I've been called, my mom does not even know where Alliance is. That's true. She doesn't have an idea. Yeah. So exposing these girls to be able to fit in any environment was very key. Secondly, it was getting these girls acquaintance. People they can confide in, people they can trust, people they can share their experiences, because they have a lot going on in their lives. They do. Those girls, you come to school, they're smiling. They're all smiles. Yeah. But beyond the smiles, there's so much that's happening. There's a lot that's happening in any girl's life, in any situation. So when you add all the risk and all the hardship, it's more tougher for them. Yeah. Then I think those are some of the things that, made her start this. And so we bring on board mentors from all over Nairobi who are willing, can commit their time. Okay. Can have male and female? Yes. Okay. Both males and male and so it's commitment. For the boys and for the girls. Okay. So we have commitment, time, passion also, and because you have to want to do it. And so we're looking at people come in. We get referrals like, hey, my friend wants to be a mentor. You go to these events and you are given a chance to speak and you say, we need mentors in Shavko who are passionate, they're willing, they're able to commit their time, and you get people sending in emails. Okay. So when the emails come in, we send out, we have, it's called a pamphlet, like a booklet that governs our mentorship. Okay. We want you to go through it. We want you to know why we started. We want you to know what kind of mentor we are expecting. We know what kind of mentor we want for our girls. Again, we also tell you the kind of activities we engage the girls in every month. And that's where you have to commit your time.
Exactly.
And you have to commit your, commitment has to be there.
Yeah.
And we also ask you to plan one-on-ones with the girls at least 3 times a year.
Okay.
So
that's when now you take them away and you hang out with them.
Yes, the things that govern the mentorship.
What's the most important thing about a mentor?
The most important thing about a mentor is they have to be available. Availability for us is key.
Okay.
They have to be committed and they have to put time into this. Can you go out of your way to plan a mentorship activity with your mentee without us?
I see.
Can you go out of your way and say, Mesh, I want to take my mentee this week to my house and I want just to get to know her.
Yeah.
And then again, you can go out of your way and make this mentor part of your family. We don't restrict that.
Yeah.
Can you make it a family occasion? We have mentors who've said, I'm coming in to mentor with my husband and my babies.
Nice. Yeah.
So we plan an activity, they come, the entire family. It's like a family event.
So it has to become your own personal motivation and your own initiative.
Yes, own it.
Yeah, like you're with a friend, a real friend.
That's true.
Yeah.
And mentors have played a major role. Like, let's say, for example, when the girls you start with them when they're in grade 6. We've had girls who've come from very dysfunctional families that they have to be pulled out of the environment because it's not safe.
Yeah.
They have stayed in safe houses for like 10 years.
Wow.
I always said, and I told them this, you guys have played a major role in this girl's life.
Because you've given her family.
You are the family.
Yeah.
They trust you. They tell you, I had these challenges. I'm not able to do this and this. Even before I know things, the mentors know things.
Yeah, that's
so
nice.
they come back.
Then you know it's working.
Yes.
Then you know it's working.
We always know it's working because the mentor will come and tell you, this and this is happening in this girl's life. This one was almost being kicked out of their house. They were staying with the dad. And they told the mentor, not Mesh, not even the social worker.
Yeah.
And we had a conversation and they said, I'll follow up with this. So it's not my work to do follow-ups. I went to the social worker and said, go to this and this home and tell me what's happening. And it was true.
Yeah.
They were literally staying in a neighbor's house,
Okay.
which is not even safe. Like you're also congesting somebody's house. So this girl had to get somewhere to stay for some time before the dad rearranges himself and gets a job and a house.
Okay.
So they play a major, and then they build trust.
Yeah.
These girls take time to trust someone.
Exactly.
And when they do, and then you move out of their life,
it's hard for them.
You disappoint them so much that it takes us time to make them recover and we get
and
them
build
another.
trust again.
Thank you.
Yeah. What did you say then is the greatest need? Just quickly as we are wrapping up, what is the greatest need for these young ladies?
The greatest need is for them to get more support.
Okay.
More support in terms of psychosocial support, emotional support, because that is what builds their self-esteem.
Yeah.
That is what builds their leadership skills. That's what exposes them. And when they get more people who are willing to come into their lives, not just for Shofco, but all over.
Okay.
Just, it's upon every person to take time and feel like, I want to build somebody.
Yeah. So support systems.
Support systems.
Yeah. So how can somebody from the outside come in and support in situations like this? Do you take mentors?
Yes, we do. We're currently having our grade 5 coming into grade 6. We have 23 girls. We need each girl to have a mentor. We currently have 70 mentors from grade 8, the current grade 8, grade 7, grade 6. Now we're going to have more mentors, which means we'll be having around 120.
That's good.
So we need around 23 for
23
now.
mentors to
Then
come on board.
when next year comes 23, next year part 1 will need 40.
Nice. Okay.
So
these are openings for people who want to come and support.
People can apply.
Yeah.
People can send it their emails and say, hey, I'm interested in being a mentor.
Okay.
And then, of course, we'll give you feedback, sending you our document. You can go through it.
Okay.
And, of course, you also have to apply because it's that serious.
Yeah. Okay. Mesh, thank you so much. Just before we go quickly, what is the biggest thing you have learned very quickly?
I've learned to be patient. I've learned to be consistent. And I've learned to be a person who has integrity.
Wow.
Integrity in terms of I'm not doing something because someone is watching me, but I'm doing something when I'm alone and I'm doing the right thing.
And it's coming from inside.
Yes.
And that is something that you impact to your girls as well. Okay. That's
because
fantastic.
I'm a role model, and every time I'm doing something, someone is watching, trust me. So I always ask myself, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? Where am I doing it?
Yeah. And who could see it?
And who is seeing it?
Yeah.
So that's what governs me.
Okay. Thank you so, so much. It has been such a pleasure. You're doing such a great, great thing. And I know you're changing more lives than you imagine that you're changing.
Thank you.
Not just in this generation, but in the generations that are to come. So thank you so much.
Thank
Mesh
you for having me.
from Shofco.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And for anybody else who is, for people who are watching, I know we have talked specifically about girls from a particular location, but I believe a lot of what Mesh was saying, it applies. It applies around the board. You know, what do women want? They want to be confident. They want to have a future. They want to have support systems. They want to know that they can be strong and be feminine at the same time. And this is what Mesh Mogana is doing with Shofco. So if you'd like to support them, we'd urge you to please just go online, look up Shofco, see how you can give them support, see how you can add, and not just to them specifically, but to other organizations like that are doing the same things to empower our young women. Because these ladies are our future. The children today, they are our future. And what we do for them today is going to determine who we will be 50, 60, 70 years from now. So let's keep supporting each other as women. Let's keep supporting the women in our lives. Let's keep giving back to society. Thank you so much for watching. This is Life with Mona.